What is up, everybody? This is Lyle, No Hippie Trucking and Transportation. I'm coming at you from the Americold in Dunkirk, New York. Looks like a brand new Americold. We don't even have it in our system yet, but it's about 13:30 right now, and I go to check in, and the guy says, "You're pretty early." And I knew I was a little bit early. My appointment's not till 1800, so I'm a little bit early. But when he said that my load wasn't supposed to be picked up until the 26th, you know, I was feeling a little nervous. But he said, "Hey, we'll get you loaded, but we need to get some of these other trucks loaded first, and we'll get to you later tonight." That's fine. First thing that went through my head was, if they weren't expecting me to pick up this load till the 26th, what's my appointment look like at the Pottsville, Pennsylvania Walmart tomorrow? So, being proactive, sent a message to my fleet manager, spelling it out, and can sales confirm this appointment tomorrow? So, that's what's going on there. Had a question that somebody had asked me about what's my favorite shipper, receiver, what are some of my favorites. So I'm gonna kind of get into that here in a little bit. I was out at a receiver this morning. It was either G&C or C&G, one of the two, in Syracuse, New York. Ran into Terry over at Tim Travels out there this morning. His appointment was a couple hours after mine, and before he arrived at the location, there was a Wilson Logistics truck that was having one hell of a time backing into this spot, and I was about to help him, and then I started thinking about where some of my growth came from when I first got out on my own. So I just had to let him thug it out. I'm gonna do a video on that. I wasn't out there videotaping him. I'm gonna kind of explain why I didn't help and those kind of things. So, favorite shippers and receivers. Now, for the most part, most of the shippers and receivers are going to be decent receivers. I mean, they're pretty decent to deal with. I wouldn't say they're good or bad. They're kind of neutral. You have a few of them that are good that you look forward to going to, and then there's like a few bad ones that are either on your do not return list, or if you do get that load, you're like, oh god damn, I don't want to go there. But I thought really hard about what my favorite place was, and I'm going to give my favorite one, and I'm going to give this runner up first. Just now getting a message from dispatch saying that they are checking on it. So anyway, a runner up is going to be, I don't even remember the name. This was just over last summer. It was a small winery in Chico, California, and it was like one of those small mom and pop type shippers, a one dock place. You know, while they were getting me loaded, they told me, "Hey, you can come inside if you like anything. We'll give you 10% off." Now, wine was just a portion of what they had at this shipper. They had a lot of specialty olive oils, different kind of jellies. Those are two of the things I bought: olive oil, jelly. And then they had just a bunch of specialty kind of really hippie shit up in there. And I liked the place just because, you know, you had a chance to just go in there, shop around, pleasant people, stuff like that. A little bit different than what your normal shipper's gonna be. I mean, so I put them up there. Now, my number one spot is a spot that I went to when I was in training. So this is going back to 2019. Haven't been there since. Don't know if we're still hauling any of their stuff, but it was Harry and David in Oregon. First of all, you go up to the place. Now, I don't know if they give their employees like discounts if they are environmentally friendly, because they're a really hippie type of a company. But there was more bicycles outside this place than a Asian car plant. They were just a bunch of bikes everywhere. Very easy place to park for, you know, like a staging area, docks wide open. But this is why this kind of rises to the top, and why a lot of places that are good receivers and shippers aren't great. So we go in there and check in. They're like, okay, your load's not going to be ready, but why don't you drop your trailer over here? We'll get one of our yard guys to pick it up, and then we'll call you when it's done. That right there is great in itself. Then they take it the next step and say, give us this sheet of paper. So this isn't like special treatment because it was me, which I'm sure a lot of people do that. But this is something that they seem to do to everybody. They brought out this piece of paper. On this piece of paper, it was like, you know, here's some restaurants in the area that are easy for trucks to get in and out of and all this kind of stuff. And then they gave us that. We went out on our way, went to, I think we went to Five Guys Burgers. And we were hanging out up there, bullshitting around. Once we were done eating, drove back up there. About an hour and a half later, called us, told us that the load was ready. Went in there, got hooked up, got the paperwork, and we were on our way. So it's not really anything all that special. It was just the fact that they went out of their way and did that thing that they didn't have to do. All they had to do was say, the load's not ready, drop your trailer, you could park over here. But to go out of your way to give the recommendations on restaurants in the area and all that kind of stuff, that was going above and beyond. And, you know, I'm gonna be the first one to tell you, I think that Harry and David shit is some shit that they sell people at way more money than it's worth because of the packaging and all that kind of stuff. But they did give us like some free stuff. So I think we got like a box of pears, a box of apples, and maybe a box of I don't know. I can remember the pears and the apples. So they even broke us down with some free vittles on top of that. So that would be my favorite place to go to. Haven't ever been there again. There's a lot of places I think that are up in that. Woo, this guy's trying to tear up his damn truck sliding his tandems. He just about pulled the wheels off that bad boy. So anyway, that is that. I'm going to come back here and try to get some sleep because I don't know if I'm going to get loaded in 1 hour or 9 hours. And I got to be ready to go. But this looks like the kind of place where I could probably finish out my break. I mean, I'm only 5 hours away from my receiver. And I don't deliver till tomorrow night. So I could spend the whole night here. That concludes this video. I appreciate you guys stopping by No Hippie Trucking and Transportation. As always, comment, subscribe, and I'm out.